So my name's Dave Patrick. I work with an organization called TechGirlz. No? I'm a Microsoft certified trainer. I've got a bunch of letters for passing a bunch of exams, but I really like to teach. I work for a DoD contractor, DSA, over at the Army, and I teach people how to use computers. Big Microsoft guy. We do things like SharePoint. I actually have a user group, Mad SharePoint. We call it Mad because SharePoint makes us mad all the time. But because I love to teach so much, I decided, I'd like to explore more helping other folks get into STEM, science, technology, education, math. I have two young kids. Well, they're not young anymore now. They're 18 and 19. To me, they're still 3 and 4. But my daughter, specifically, I was worried that she wouldn't get into technology. Apparently, there's a disproportionate amount of females in technology. It's a problem that this organization, TechGirlz, aims to fix. They want to inspire girls to explore the possibilities of technology and not to be discouraged by the environment that exists out there that kind of makes them fear getting into technology. There's been some studies done that in middle school, girls they're okay with technology, but they're not given the opportunities to advance in it. And there's this, as they advance through high school, there's a bit of an environment that kind of makes them fear getting into technology. So we said, you know what? We're going to try to fix that. And we hooked up with this organization called TechGirlz, myself, my daughter. So what is TechGirlz? TechGirlz is an organization out of Philadelphia, and they're nationwide, but they provide these things called Tech Shop in a Box. And what this is it's curriculum. It's slides, it's workshop plans, it's activities, and they help us to easily run these workshops that inspire young women, young ladies, to get into technology. So there's all sorts of cool ones that you can do. There's one called You Can Code. There's newsroom story production. There's podcasting, video casting. We just did one Wednesday night over at the Harford County Boys and Girls Club. It was mobile app design. And it's been really successful, wildly successful. Let me tell you a little bit about the organization that I work with, because it's not all just me. I have a team that helps me out. So this is one of our first workshops that we did, and they all got the cool TechGirlz t-shirts, like I have. Over on the right, you've got my VP of Aberdeen, Kathleen Kirk. Way on the left in the front there is Tracy Schreiner. She's our Chief Learning Officer. There's a bunch of young women that attended. There's some other volunteers. My daughter's up there in the far right, smiling above Kathleen. And the idea is that we wanted to get together. We wanted to show these girls, hey, look, these are some things you can do. It's not just guys that do this. And it was a smashing success. We started off, that's my daughter, back in April 30th, 2016. And she kicked off our first ever workshop for Team DSA. She did this You Can Code website, create your own website workshop. And what we found out was it was amazing. When the girls first started with the WordPress tool, we use WordPress, they were unsure. They were like, well, what is this going to, I'm not really, this is a geeky thing, it's computers. But they really connected with Sarah. Sarah was 16 at the time. She was leading by example. She showed them a great little website of her cats, because she likes cats. And the girls, next thing you know, they're like, wow, we can do this too. They had websites on music, pets. Oops, I jumped ahead a bit. They had, what else did they have? There was one, they actually surprised us with the subjects of their website. There was one on social injustice, Black Lives Matter. We're like, wow, these are middle school girls, but the technology was no longer a barrier. Instead, it was just another tool. So they were just taking off. We actually had one girl ask us, I'm building this website, and it's going to, let people take pictures of things that they want to sell, called You Sell, I guess, or something. I think there's one out there where You Buy. You guys heard of this? I had never heard of it. The girl was teaching me something. She's like, yeah, and then they'll take a picture, and then they can sell it. But, Mr. Patrick, I want to know, how do I copyright this? I was like, oh, now she's thinking of it. Wow. These girls, I mean, really impressive. So once we got past the technology, there's Miss Erin up there explaining something probably about copyright because I didn't know the answer. The toughest part of these workshops is that they're only 2 hours long. And we literally have to, we bribe them with pizza at the end to get them to stop working on the program. So, okay, take a break, you can eat the pizza, and we'll come back next time and finish up. So it's been really exciting, really inspiring to see these girls dig in. We did a workshop called What's in a Computer. And the What's in a Computer workshop was really interesting. We had some lessons learned with that one. We brought in some of our daily use computers, and we said, hey, girls, we're going to show you how to take them apart and then put them back together. Well, they had so much fun taking them apart. There's a young lady whipping out the hard drive. Getting them back together, not so much. So after that, when we did the next run of this particular workshop, we made sure to use older computers. But the interesting thing there was, because they were older computers and we really didn't care about them, the girls really took off. They were in there elbows deep. They wanted to pull out the RAM. They wanted to pull out the CPU. I was like, well, there's a fan on top of that CPU. They said, well, give me a screwdriver. And sure, I said, okay. They unscrewed the fan. They pulled out the CPU. I mean, they're talking about component level. I thought they wanted a soldering iron next to be able to completely take that apart. But what was amazing about this was that the girls had no fear. When we started, they were, well, can we get electrocuted? What do we have to watch out for? And we explained to them, no, make sure they're unplugged. Use an anti-static bracelet so you don't damage the components. But, once they knew that there wasn't really anything to be worried about, they had no fear. You can see these girls, they were just, the next slide shows a bunch of the young ladies. The computers were so stripped bare. And this is me with a kind of a smirk on my face. I had just asked one of the girls, can I be of some help? No, Mr. Patrick, we got this. And I said, okay, I guess I have time to take a selfie. they really, the other thing that was interesting about this is a lot of times the girls would say, they'd raise their hand for a potential question. I'd come over and I'd say, yeah, can I help you? And they were, well, no, we don't really have a question. I'll say, oh, okay, I'll walk away. But then I see them raise their hand again, and Sarah or one of the other young ladies would come over. They just wanted to show off what they had done. Hey, look at my website. Hey, look, I pulled out the hard drive. They were really proud of what they had done, but it was important that they were sharing it with someone they could connect with. I had some girls I connected with, but using young ladies like Sarah really helped, which is eventually I'm going to ask if any of you would like to get involved. So, why should you get involved? This is my aha moment. This is me saying, you know what? I got into this to help the girls be inspired, to overcome their fear of technology or their fear of the environment surrounding technology. I want to inspire courage within them. But what I found out was they were inspiring me. I had reached out and became part of this program because I was kind of feeling uninspired at work. Day to day, I'd help someone get into SharePoint, or I might help somebody reboot their computer, or get email access, whatever. But it wasn't very fulfilling on the level that this does. When I go out and we work with these girls, and me and my whole team, we come out energized. We come out, we've learned things. The girls inspire us to think up better ideas for next time. So that's my shocked look. I'm like, you know what? I'm not sure who's getting more out of these workshops, the girls or me. It's very inspiring to work with these young ladies. So that's my call to action for you guys. Any of you young women and men who are thinking about doing this. This is a nationwide TechGirlz organization. tinyurl.com, TechGirlz Volunteer, TechGirlz with a Z. They have workshops running all the time that they need people just to help out with, and that's how you can get started. Just show up at a workshop and hand out, answer questions. If you want to run your own workshop, they can help you do that too. That's what we do. We work with the Harford County Boys and Girls Club, all 4 locations. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. You get out there, one of the young ladies will ask you a question that kind of challenge the way you're thinking of things. And you go, you know what? I am getting more out of this than I thought. It's very inspiring. Is anyone out there thinking about it? Do we have any potential? Or have I put a seed in anyone's mind that maybe you should try? Because if I have, I've got some things. I'm going to throw out a few seeds if I could. Can I throw one out that way? Throw one over there? This is my inspiration to you young ladies. So they're the you can rock a TechGirl. Oh yeah, over there, absolutely. Hang on, in the back there. There we go. I want you guys to think about it. Look up the site. Email me over there. Let's see. I got one more. Let's see, way in the back there, and right here. That's my last one. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. I hope you were inspired.